questions, and it's about a king who's trying to figure out 3 questions, and the questions are: if he always knew the right time to begin anything, if he knew who were the right people to listen to and whom to avoid, and above all, if he always knew what was the most important thing to do, he would never fail in undertaking. So he went with his bodyguard on a horse to go to the hermit, who was a wise man.
The problem is that he's trying to answer the 3 questions he asked, but that's the problem, because he really wants to know, and he thinks he would fail if he didn't know this.
I think the reason he wanted those questions to be answered is because he wanted everybody to like him and everybody to be like, oh, he's a cool guy, he knows what to do, he's a great king.
So once he went to the hermit, he asked him the 3 questions, but the hermit wouldn't answer them. And he asked if he was tired.
So he was tired, so he took his shovel and started digging for him. And he asked the questions again.
And then a stranger comes running out of the woods, and he's bleeding because the king's bodyguard had injured him.
And the king and the hermit, they helped the man, and the king laid him in the bed, and the king he laid him in his bed, and the king he talked to him, and the king he talked to him,
And the king said, I'm glad that we figured this out easily. My enemy surrendered.
I think the bodyguard wounded the man because he recognized him and he knew that he was probably going to hurt or kill the king.
And I guess so. After he did all that, I guess he was so tired that he wanted to go to sleep with them. So
I don't think the hermit answered the king because the hermit was trying to let him figure out himself.
I think the hermit already knew what was going to happen.
How do you not know that's an enemy? And now I understand if he was an assassin.
And I think that when he went to sleep over to the hermit's house, I think he learned how to be humble and not on a high horse.
I think
Jinx.
I think the guy who was trying to kill the king should have thought more about it, because you can't just go right in and try to kill someone. You have to think, plan through.
I think that if the stranger wasn't wounded, he wouldn't have made peace with him, and if the king hadn't helped him, there would be no peace. Like, it would be horrible. The king would be dead.
And after the king fixed him up from his wound, he said, I will be your slave. I used to be your enemy. I used to wish that I killed you, but now I work as your slave.
I think the man should have just talked it out with the king, and instead.
He figured out by himself, and the hermit told him that he had figured it out by himself. And he said, so the most important time was when you dug the beds, and I was the most important man, and to do me good with your important business. Afterwards, when the man ran to us, the most important time was when you attended him, for if you had not bound up his wounds, he would have died without making his peace with you. So the answer to those questions is the time that you are relative in.